What's up, white belts? UFC 229 Prediction Edition.
Predictions, baby.
How you liking this new setup, Q?
I'm loving this new set. Yeah.
I'm pretty relaxed, I gotta be honest with you.
Trending upwards is all I gotta say.
What does that even mean?
It means that we're becoming more and more popular.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The views are going up. Tell
They
your
see
friends,
it.
white belts.
They see it. They know it.
We're
They
going
know
viral.
It. They know
We
it.
got the dogs going nuts over here.
Didn't
Listen,
even hear 'em.
listen, let's start because I want to break down the full card.
Let's get to
Main card.
the main card, yeah.
Because you know what, we really don't have time for the prelims.
So what you're saying is on this show we're going to be breaking down UFC main events and telling these guys about our predictions?
Any pay-per-view card that the UFC puts out and it's worthwhile to discuss.
Yeah, that we feel like talking about.
That we subjectively decide is good enough to speak on.
Yeah.
We will sit down in the booth and give them a rundown.
That sounds like must-watch content.
Will it be our classic 3 to 5 minute segment? Maybe, but probably not.
Probably not, yeah.
No, but it could be.
You could eat dinner to this one though, like
just chill out,
chill out.
vibe with us.
Yeah.
Before you go to bed, put it in your ears. Let our sound put you straight to sleep. First fight on the pay-per-view card.
That's good.
We gotta get started here.
Let's get to it then.
First fight: Felice Herrig versus Michelle the Karate Hottie Waterson. Now we got our resources right here.
Yeah, yes, we sure
so
do.
in case you guys thought we weren't prepared, we are very prepared.
The magic of the internet. It's gonna be good.
Are you excited for this fight at all?
Not really.
No.
Raj, not really, Raj. But I will say that this is a good contest in that division, right? Because Felice Herrig, we know that she's kind of on a rise right now.
Yes,
Let me
the
take
bully. Yeah.
Okay, so she had the loss to Karolina Kowalkiewicz.
Yes. Prior to that, she was reeling off some good victories.
Exactly. She had 4 in a row. I mean, she had most notably a win over Courtney Casey.
Yep.
I guess.
Yep, that's a good win.
That's a good win, yeah. So she's done what she had to do to be on this platform. I thought Michelle Waterson actually was going to be a fighter who was on another level at this stage right now. I didn't think she'd kind of be a middle tier fighter in this division. She probably is in the wrong weight class, to be honest with you. I mean, she's
she's
probably
a little bit bigger.
She's too small for that weight
Wow,
class.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I guess, yeah, that's probably true. She could be fighting at like
That's what she was at outside,
105.
yeah.
She was there before then, but obviously you're not getting paid if you're fighting for Invicta, so
Yeah.
you need to be fighting for the big organization.
We need another weight class.
But I do think that the talent in that strawweight division has been evolving quite frantically. Like, let's look at Rose Namajunas, obviously the champion, but she is a lot better than she was when she first came to the organization. You're talking about Tatiana Suarez, talking about Tisha Torres, Carolina. The sport's kind of evolved, and Michelle, props to her, she's been fighting a long time, so I think she's on the back end of her career.
And that might be a fair thing to say. I kind of don't want to accept it. It's also partially because Michelle Waterson looks like she's, I mean, a young fighter just...
She does.
Aesthetically,
You're attracted to her. You can see it. It's fine.
I think she's fine. So, with all that said, yeah, she kind of looks like a younger fighter. Maybe we forget that, yeah, she's been around for a long time.
Yes.
Maybe she's not still evolving the way some of these other fighters are, and that's why we're seeing a bit of, if you can call it a slide, which I wouldn't because I'm a fanboy. I guess we can do that.
I like this show because we don't just talk about the fights. We predict the fights.
We do.
And this fight is almost a pick'em. I would say it's a close fight on paper. Anybody has an opportunity to win. But I'm not going to sit on the fence here. Please make your first prediction.
So
Let me ride on your coattail.
Gotcha. No, I'm easily riding with Michelle Waterson. Okay, I do think she's a more talented fighter. I think she came up against someone who we didn't even know Rose was that good when Michelle fought her and kind of got destroyed in that way. So I think she's a better fighter. She's shown it historically, and we'll see what happens on October 6th. But I'm riding with Waterson.
To me, I got Felice Herrig.
Okay.
I think she's going to outwork Michelle Waterson. Michelle Waterson's a very pretty fighter, even her fighting style. But I do find that Felice is more of a bully, and she's going to go in there and impose her will and dominate Michelle. And I think in a 3-round fight, she's going to wear her down near the end. I think it's a decision. Felice Herrig, 29-28.
I'm going to go the other way, decision, but yeah, Waterson, 29-28.
All right, there you go. Next fight. I got to check it out here.
Let's get into it then. Oh, my God.
Black Beast versus
Alexander
Volkov. Now, this, to be honest, could be a #1 contender fight.
It probably is the #1 contender fight in that division because who else? I mean, we know that Ngannou's about to fight Blades.
Yes.
Maybe there, but probably not because Ngannou just had the shot.
Right.
Blades, I don't know. So, yeah.
I think this is it. Well, not really. Well, maybe because Brock will be fighting DC.
Yeah, there's gonna be some John Jones.
And Volkov, as sad as it is, even with Volkov being on this winning streak, he's still not a name. So you can beat Black Beast, but you're still not a name, and it's very sad to say. But I mean, this guy's not going to generate any pay-per-view buys, and you're talking about the best, or the what is it, strongest man in the world, or whatever they like to call it.
Yeah.
You're going to put Volkov in that category? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we objectively we look at the fight and we say this is a #1 contender fight.
Yep.
Will the winner of this get a title shot? Maybe if it's Black Beast.
Yep.
If it's Volkov, probably not. And that's just the reality of what this fight is. But it's still a great matchup, still a good contest.
Yep.
If you're asking me for a prediction, which I imagine you will be in a few minutes' time.
I will be, which is right now.
Oh, right now. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to ride with Volkov.
Yeah.
Volkov is just so long, so talented. I think he can stand on the outside, pick Derek Lewis apart.
Yeah.
And barring some type of catastrophic right hand from Derek, I mean, Volkov should be able to get this one.
I think I agree with you there. Like, even Black Beast's victory against Ngannou wasn't very impressive. Prior to that, he fought Tabura.
That's an understatement.
That was very bad fight.
Very,
But Volkov's looked very good, and his confidence is rising. I mean, couple that with his record, 30-6. He's on a 5-fight win streak against big names in Verdun, Struve, Roy.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta go Volkov. I think he gets that done. I think he actually finishes Black Beast. First, second round. Let's go with a TKO.
I like that. And if you can string some words together after the fight, now you give yourself a chance to really catapult yourself and get some attention. Because we know that in that lackluster division, Volkov is right at the top. So,
this fight is in Vegas, which will give him that North American exposure, I mean, which I think he needs, right?
You're on the fight with Conor. If you can't get exposure off of this, you got to question your ability to get exposure in general.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Let's move on to the next one.
Let's do it.
OSP versus Dominic Reyes. Now, obviously, you know OSP very well. Dominic Reyes, you know anything about that guy?
Not especially.
Okay.
Sorry, Dom.
No, that's fine. He's an undefeated fighter, 9-0.
Okay.
3-0 in the UFC. He's got wins over relative nobodies. I mean, maybe you know Jared Cannonier, but Jeremy Kimball, I'm sure you don't know, and Joaquin Christensen, probably not either.
Yeah.
Long story short, he's a good stand-up fighter.
Okay.
I mean, I'll give you my prediction right now because we don't really have to talk about this fight too much. I think he finishes OSP. OSP's looked pretty sloppy on the feet, and his chin has been diminishing fight after fight. I think the only way, obviously, OSP wins, he takes him down, and he gets the Von Preux choke.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think Dominic Reyes keeps this on the feet, and I think he finishes OSP.
Yeah, OSP is just so up and down. It's really hard to be a fan of his, and I like OSP because when he looks good, he looks incredible.
Yes.
When he looks bad, it's just like, how is this guy stand up still at this elementary level after all these years in the game, right? So I'm probably going to pick OSP just to be on the other side because, like I said, I'm not sure who Dom is.
Yep.
And I know OSP, when he's at his best, he's tough to beat. Let's ride with OSP on this one. By Von Preux choke, as you call it.
Okay.
Maybe in the second round, okay? So I'm just going to do that.
And I'm not happy that you're sitting here just calling this guy Dom when you don't know if Dominic likes to be referred to as Dom. Because some people want to be referred by their full name.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just want to put that out there because I know the white belts are feeling a little offended that you're saying that.
Yeah.
And Dominic Reyes, if you're watching this, just let us know in the comments below whether you like to be called Dom or Dominic.
And as soon as you let us know, I'll pivot either way. But until that point, I think I'm going to stick with Dom. It's one syllable, rolls off the tongue.
You know what? I'm going to call him D.
Yeah. Okay.
Next fight.
All right,
and finally, we get to the big ones here.
Finally, jeez.
The potential #1 contender. And it's sad to say potential #1 contender fight between Tony Ferguson and obviously Showtime Pettis.
Yeah, and I've touched on this a few times. You've touched on it as well. How is Tony Ferguson in the position that he's in right now?
Yes.
He had the title.
Yes.
Interim title.
Yes.
Got injured in the interim title fight. Loses the title. Comes back and can't even compete for an interim. Like.
And now he's fighting Showtime, who's literally building his name off of you now. So it's not even like if you win this fight, Tony, it's not like your stock will rise in any way because you are a 4-1 favorite.
Yeah, he's supposed to win exactly. If he loses, everything he's built up in the last, I don't know how many years.
Probably at least 4 years, right?
13-fight win streak or whatever it is. All boom.
Yep.
So it's
2013, so that's like what, 5 years?
It's a crazy fight, yeah. That's what makes it compelling though. And I think this fight, matchup wise, forget all the reasons behind it. Matchup wise, must-watch TV, a fight that really gets me hyped.
Okay.
Really gets me hyped.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually am really hyped for this fight too. I think this is definitely the fight of the night. Right? I think so. I think this is the fight of the night because obviously Conor will be maybe a performance of the night when he lands that one-hitter quitter. But the fight of the night is going to be Anthony versus Tony. Because Tony doesn't have a boring fight. And in fact, Tony probably could go in there and win a little bit easier, but he prefers to get beat up a little bit. I can't wait till he gets Showtime kicked in the face and then potentially comes back and gets the victory.
He likes to make the fights exciting and closer than they need to be, it almost seems like. But it'll make for an exciting fight. And if we see Pettis, the same Pettis that we've been seeing, who'd Pettis just fight in his last fight?
We got to check that out here. Chiesa. Ooh, he looked good against Chiesa.
How good did he look against Chiesa?
He looked good.
Chiesa left the division like, I don't want no parts of Anthony Pettis. I'm going to 170. I don't know if that's exactly what happened, but that's
exactly. And honestly, when he fought Poirier, let's make no mistake about it, Poirier was the better fighter that night. But Pettis did not look bad, you know?
He didn't.
He put up a good fight, you know, but obviously he wolfed it under the pressure.
He did,
But he didn't look like old Pettis. He looked a little bit more like Showtime Pettis.
Exactly. Not old Pettis.
Yes. You know what I mean.
Back
not
to the
old,
original.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on the same page.
All right, prediction time.
Tony Ferguson, let's be real. I mean, I'm concerned about the leg injury. Obviously, when you have an injury that's that bad, to come back and face Anthony Pettis, who, despite the ups and downs, is still one of the best fighters in the world. So I hope he's not taking him lightly. But if he comes in prepared the way that he usually does, I mean, Tony Ferguson all day, snap down city or whatever he says.
Hard to argue. I lied. It's easy to argue. Trap fight. Anthony Showtime Pettis gets the victory. I think he finishes Tony Ferguson. I think what happens is he's going to catch Tony. Tony's going to go on wobbly legs. And Anthony Pettis will capitalize and he'll finish him and do exactly what he did to Michael Chiesa, which is silence all his doubters. Because a lot of people had Chiesa in that fight and Pettis beat him up on the ground and on his feet. So in a 3-round fight, I favor Pettis. 5-round fight, obviously you gotta go Tony. But I actually think that because of this 3-round and Pettis knows he doesn't have to really worry about his gas tank, he's going guns blazing. He's not gonna be afraid to get on the ground. And that's the most exciting Pettis you want. Is a guy that's willing to throw all of the techniques because he doesn't care if he lands on his back. And against Ferguson too, if I was Pettis, I wouldn't care to be on my back either.
You can't care. It's gonna be an exciting matchup. I think I can leave it. I mean, I can't argue with you because everything you said made good logical sense. But I just don't want you to sleep on Ferguson.
No.
Ferguson also likes to march forward, push Anthony Pettis onto that back foot. The pressure that he puts on fighters will make him wilt. And we've seen a lot of fighters, Dos Anjos even, wilt under the pressure of Tony Ferguson. And we've seen how Anthony Pettis fared against Rafael Dos Anjos. So I think there might be a gap in talent here that we're maybe forgetting about because Ferguson's been gone and Anthony's looked so good in the meantime. And that's what I expect a fully refreshed Tony Ferguson to be able to highlight on.
Fair enough.
Capitalize.
You know where we stand on that fight. Where do you white belt stand on that fight? Let us know who you're riding with. But right now it's main event time, baby. Finally, we get to it.
Jeez.
So you know, I don't even need to announce it. Khabib Nurmagomedov, undefeated fighter. What is he? 26-0.
26-0.
Versus the notorious one, Conor McGregor.
AKA the pound for pound best fighter.
Arguably. Well, you gotta go Daniel Cormier at this point.
I don't have to go anywhere.
I think you have to kind of go Daniel.
I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do anything.
That's fair. That's true. You can say what you want, do what you want. But this is his toughest test, and you can agree with that, in MMA.
Yeah, this is his toughest test in MMA, and I mean, you never know what the critics are going to say because we've seen every single time Conor puts on a performance of spectacular fashion. Taking out Eddie Alvarez, capturing his second belt. Someone always has something to say. I don't know what they said after the Eddie Alvarez fight, but it doesn't seem like all the critics have been silenced. Oh, he still hasn't fought anyone with good takedowns. Eddie Alvarez is a great wrestler. He's beat a lot of persons.
He beat Pettis by his wrestling.
But just, dominating him with the wrestling. So if he's able to get, or when I should say, when he's able to get past Khabib, I think this will finally silence the critics and make them say, we got nothing else to say. And rightfully so.
Because when he beat Chad Mendes, who's a phenomenal wrestler, they said that Chad Mendes came on like 2 weeks' notice, and with a full gas tank, he would have won. And Chad even said, he scarred up Conor because he put him on the ground. He put him on the ground fairly quickly, too, though, in that fight.
That was an old Conor, though.
No, okay.
I've watched that fight back maybe 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
You know what I see?
What do you see?
Conor really wanting to take Chad Mendes out.
Yes.
Leaning with that left hand.
Yes.
Right? Overcommitting the way that he did with Nate Diaz.
Yes.
And then subsequently learned that, oh shit, I can't throw all my energy into these punches
Right.
because I'll gas.
Right.
So now, as we saw in the Eddie Alvarez fight,
Fantastic range.
controlling the range, right?
Yes.
Never off balance.
Yes.
And I think if we see that type of approach to Khabib Nurmagomedov, we're not going to see as much of a gassing issue, especially if he has Khabib on the back foot. So it's a crazy matchup. I mean, I've watched so much content on it. I'm so hyped for it, I think.
Khabib's stand-up is amateur. And I firmly believe his stand-up's amateur. Obviously, his wrestling's fantastic.
Yeah.
Obviously, his pressure, his control. If he gets you down, you are not getting up. I mean, Michael Johnson's a good wrestler, and he was rendered helpless underneath Khabib. But Khabib's stand-up is pathetic. And to the point where Iaquinta was tagging him up. Michael Johnson almost knocked him out in the first round. And I don't see any sort of evolution in his stand-up game.
No.
It's like he's scared when he looks into his opponent's eyes and just finding that first angle to get that takedown.
It's like he knows he's so much better at the wrestling that the stand-up just, as much as he maybe thinks he's working on it, he's not really working on it maybe because he knows that I can beat everyone once I get my hands on them, so why would you work super hard on your stand-up?
Exactly.
It doesn't look much better to me from where I'm sitting as a non-fighter.
Styles make matchups, but it is kind of weird that in 2018 you have a fighter that is unable to stand up and fight versus a fighter that doesn't really have the submission skills necessary to compete on the ground, fighting each other. It almost looks like we're going back to UFC 1, although these are the best 2 fighters at the 155-pound weight class.
That's a very good call.
So it's very funny that we are seeing this style, but I'm happy we are because it makes for a good fight.
Happy is an understatement.
Prediction time,
baby. This is going to be a crazy fight, and I'm just going to come out and say it. I got Conor McGregor
as the new lightweight champion.
First round, as the new repeat, 3rd belt, whatever they're
What
going
is
to
Bruce going to announce? That's going to be weird if Conor wins,
That's going to be strange.
Right?
That's going to be strange. But no, Conor gets this done. Conor gets this done because I think his takedown defense is underrated. As much as Iaquinta lost every round, and I do want to emphasize that, Khabib's excellent. He beat... This fight that everyone cites and says, oh, Iaquinta basically, you know, hit him and tagged him. Iaquinta lost every round. Some of them he lost by a 10-8 margin. So he got dominated in that fight.
On 24-hour, 48-hour notice.
Exactly, which is even more impressive. So shout out Al Iaquinta, the real estate agent. I hope that business is going well as well.
It probably is.
But he did show some things that work against Khabib. He showed how to kind of avoid the takedown. You can basically post off the neck, which you know Conor McGregor loves to do, right? Push off the shoulders to kind of avoid that takedown or getting in on his legs and stuff. So he showed that works. I just think that the takedown defense is being a bit underrated. I think Conor McGregor's ability to kind of pick the shots is going to be incredible. First round, latest second round early, we got Conor taking him.
Mystic Mac. I agree. I think he does it again. I think he shows why he's the best. I think he's motivated in this fight. I kind of like, even though it does suck, I like that there's not that much press conferences. There's not as much media attention on Conor. Just let the guy train. Just let the guy do what he does and come and show why he is the best in that division and at mental warfare. I think he's wearing Khabib down slowly and slowly. In a 25-minute fight, you can't help but go with Conor because I think even if he doesn't get it done in the first and second, I think as long as he comes out after the whistle goes, he always has a chance when he's standing. So I'm going Conor as well in an upset to beat Khabib.
That's crazy.
It's crazy that we're saying that, but you white belts know. Let us know what you think. Who's gonna win? Let us know who you agree with in our predictions, disagree with. Do you like this concept? Just give us some feedback.
We need it desperately.
We do. We would like it. I mean, you would like it more so than anything. But that's it. Our first ever prediction show.
This was fun.
I enjoyed this. I
was very relaxed. Very comfortable. I'll do this again.
I think we might have to. Maybe even a recap format after the fight. Talk about where we went right with our predictions and where we went wrong.
We got options.
Man. You guys want content. We're content creators. Ride with us. Subscribe. We're out.